I absolutely love the Last of Us franchise, and the remastered version of The Last of Us Part 2 just came out today. And I was lucky enough to secure myself a pre-order of the W.L.F Edition on the PlayStation 5. If you don't know, this is essentially a collector's edition of The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. And in this video, I'm gonna unbox this guy for you. I don't typically do unboxings, but what I do on this page is I talk about video games all the time. And if you're watching this video, chances are you're also a fan of video games, so you should consider subscribing, because again, I talk about video games all the time. Just yesterday, I released a review for Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and there's a huge focus on survival horror-y type video games, which The Last of Us falls into that category. The Firefly Edition came out last year when The Last of Us Part 1 remake came out. Unfortunately, I didn't know this product existed when it was released, so I wasn't able to get it. Not even sure if I would have been able to get it, honestly, when it came out, because from what I've gathered, it sold out in minutes, and then scalpers were selling it on eBay for like $500, and they still are. So actually, this past Black Friday, I ended up getting the Steam copy on PlayStation Direct for only like $69. I don't play games on PC, I'm a PlayStation gamer, but I'm still happy I was able to get a physical copy of this. So before we actually unbox this guy, the first thing I want to point out is that the box for this is so much better than the box for the Firefly Edition. The box for the Firefly Edition is very like misshapen. If you look at the top and the bottom, I'm not sure if you can see it here. The box just feels a lot more sturdy. It feels a lot more higher quality. That looks so sexy. I can't wait to display these on my shelf. I'm gonna edit some more footage throughout this video to show you a more close-up look at it. I will also say that the shipping for this was really, really good. I know when the Firefly Edition came out, so many people got theirs and it was completely damaged. It was thrown into a box that was way too big for it. The box that this came in was so much better. It was like a custom box, exactly the size of the box itself, so it wasn't like flying around in transit. It has an official PlayStation sticker right there. Gonna take that guy off. So underneath the cardboard is this very nice black box that is, again, just super high quality. It's got the Last of Us Part 2 logo right there. And it opens up like a book like this. I'm afraid to open it. I don't want anything to fall out. Wow, that looks really nice. And wow, the layout and the design of this box is it just makes it worth the money. This wasn't cheap. This was $100. And in case you don't know, if you already own The Last of Us Part 2 on PlayStation 4, you can buy the remastered version and upgrade for only $10. And I could have done that myself, but I'm just a huge collector of physical media, and I absolutely, like I said before, love the Last of Us franchise, and I had to have this. On the left side, you have this steelbook, which looks really, really good. I like that it's kind of grayscale. There's no words on the spine, which is a bit odd to me, but just the artwork and the design of this steelbook is so nice. And of course, when you open up the steelbook, you actually get a physical disc, which I really, really, really appreciate it. I hate that it's a trend these days that you don't actually get a disc. Collector's editions and editions like this often come with a digital code. I hate it. And you can see where it says remastered, it's shiny, and that looks really, really nice against the matte finish of the rest of the steel case. And then here you have the 4 enamel pins. You have the tape deck that Joel gave Ellie. You have a hammer, which is obviously for Abby. And then you have these other 2 things, and I know that they represent something in the game. I don't remember off the top of my head, so let me know in the comments what those other 2 pins are for. The W.L.F patch, which is really cool. I'm not gonna put that on anything. I'm not going to put the pins on anything. I'm going to keep everything as it is in this case. And then the coolest thing, in my opinion, is these Society of Champions playing cards. In The Last of Us Part 2, one of the collectibles that you find throughout the game are these trading cards. So it's really cool having a physical representation of them. And the box feels very high quality, and I really like the artwork on it. And flipping through them, they're very simplistic in their style, but it matches how they looked in the game, and I really, really like that. And then on the back, you have their stats, you have their real name, it tells you if they're a hero or a villain. And then, of course, as advertised, there's some foil limited edition cards here, which look kind of cool. One of the foil cards in particular is called Dr. Uckman. and it looks just like Neil Druckmann, and I can't imagine that's a coincidence. I will say, I think they took a lot of notes from the Firefly edition. I really like the Firefly edition, but that whole production had a lot of problems from a quality assurance standpoint, and it seems like they really upped their game with this release. It just feels so much higher quality. It feels like everything has a bit more higher of a level of care to it. The box does have some wear and tear in one of the corners, but honestly, I was expecting that, and the amount of wear and tear that you see here is honestly kind of normal for a product like this. Theoretically, if this were to have a wide release and you could walk into any video game store and buy a copy of this, chances are 90% of them would have some sort of minor damage like that. And honestly, that doesn't really bother me. As long as it wasn't destroyed in transit, I'm fine, I'm happy. Like the Firefly edition, this sold out very, very, very quickly. It didn't sell out in 2 minutes, but it sold out in about half an hour. But I will say, if you weren't able to get this, don't give in to scalpers. Don't go onto eBay and buy this for $200 because it's not worth that price. Honestly, and this might sound weird, it's hard to say that this is really even worth $100 for the items that you get here. I am happy with this purchase though. I feel no regrets just because I love the Last of Us franchise so much. And again, I'm a huge collector of physical media. And honestly, just seeing this box on my video game shelf is worth it to me. I'm weird that way. Anyway, thanks for checking out this little unboxing with me. I don't do unboxings all the time. It's not the main thing I do. I rarely do it. I think I did it one other time with the Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition. But again, this is by no means the main sort of content I do on this channel. I really wasn't even planning on doing this video. I was just bored. But please do consider subscribing if you're a fan of video games. Go to my page, check out the video game playlist. That's the majority of what I do on this channel. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Did you get this? Do you want to get this in the future? Are you bummed you weren't able to get this? Or did you buy it and you're regretting it? Let me know. Thank you for watching, especially if you watched this far.